Surface area is the area of the outside of a three-dimensional figure. And today we are focused on a very special type of three-dimensional figure called the cylinder. Now, what's special about a cylinder? Well, a cylinder is very similar to a prism in that it has two bases. It just happens to be that the bases are circles. Prisms, the bases were always polygons for that. So now when we take a look at the body of a cylinder, it's curved. And that is what really makes it challenging for us to calculate the surface area. It's pretty easy to calculate the area of the top, which is a circle, the area of the bottom, which is a circle. But how do we calculate the area of the curved side? Well, the answer is in its net. If we open up a cylinder to its net, we can see that it has a long rectangular shape as the body, and it has the two circles for the bases. It's this long rectangular shape that really helps us do our calculation. So when I take a look at this cylinder and I roll it out in its net, and again, I've memorized the net. I just draw a rectangle with two circles on top. That's how you make that cylinder. Well, I know that the area of a circle is pi r squared. And so in each of my circles, I write pi r squared for that. Now, I know that when I roll this circle up and it becomes round, the distance around a circle is called circumference. So in actuality, when I unroll it, this base has to be equal to the circumference of the circle. And that's what I use as the base. Now, what's the formula for circumference? Well, it's 2 pi r. Now, that's going to give me my base, so then I must multiply it by its height in order to give me the area of that entire rectangle. So in order to get this area of the body, I do 2 pi r times the height. So now we can just put it together. And I always think my way through these formulas. I don't really memorize the formulas. I think what's happening, and I think about my nets. So I have to first find the area of the top and bottom. I always start with my bases. Well, I know one of those circles is pi r squared. They have to be the same size circle, so I just multiply that by 2. That's the easiest way to do it. Now, to that, I have to add my curved body. And so it's my circumference, 2 pi r, times my height. That's how I recreate that formula. Now I simply plug in the numbers that go with it. So I know that my radius is 3 and I know my height is 9, and that's all that they're ever going to give you on a cylinder. So 2 becomes 2 pi, I use 3.14, my r is 3, and I've got to square it. And I know 2 is 2, pi is 3.14, r is 3, and my height is 9. Once you've plugged in the figures, then it's really easy to calculate. Now we have to follow order of operations, so I have to do my exponent first. So 3 squared is 9. Then I can just calculate everything together. So I take my whole numbers, 2 times 3 times 9, and then multiply that by 3.14. I get 169.56. And when I do 2 times 9, which is 18, times 3.14, I get 56.52. So my two circles equal 56.52. My body equals 169.56. So to get the total surface area, I pull it together. So that would mean my Quaker Oats oatmeal would be 226.08 inches squared as its entire surface area. So the top, the bottom, plus the curved side will equal that surface area. So that's the only formula you need to think about when you're using cylinders, because the cylinders all have the same net. So cylinders are by far easier to solve than the prisms are. So have some fun with this. I think you'll find creating the net a lot easier, going from 3-dimensional to 2-dimensional, and just think about how you're putting that formula together. That should help you. Good luck and have fun.